Hello, my friends. How's it going today? Even if today isn't today, it's your today. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Woo, we're already popping. I love it. Okay. So, time is fluid, it's an illusion. You might come across this video in a completely different time than when I'm recording it, and that's totally okay. It just means that, your soul was more aligned with the messages that this video is conveying. So take that as you may. Let's see here. These messages, there's no way that it can relate with everyone it's intended for. I put the intention out for our Pisces friends. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, however, wherever it is in your chart, doesn't really matter too much. Even if you're a different sign altogether and you don't have it anywhere in your chart, sometimes the message is just what you need to hear. So that's really what it's about. It's about the energy and where you're at in life and all that jazz, okay? So whoever you are, welcome. I'm looking for one more card. I'm feeling it. Usually I go with 5. We already have 5 out. That's totally okay. I am using just a regular playing card deck for this first deck. I am waiting for my tarot cards to come in, so, I was going to wait, and Spirit was like, nah, just get to it. People need to hear these messages, even if not right this minute, right? Okay, so we did get one more. That is lucky number 6. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we have here is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And this is my little marking for reverse. So with that, I read reversals a lot like blocks, things holding you back, things that are in your way. So, 10s are often completions of cycles, the endings of things, leading to new beginnings, things like that. With it being in the reversal, though, I usually see that as like you're poised and ready to complete a cycle, but something's keeping you from actually doing that. Okay? So let's move on and see what else is going on so we can kind of piece together and maybe get some insight on what that block is. Okay? The second card we have out is the 5 of Wands. So, with this, it's like you've been taking action in some part of your life. And to me, it feels like massive action. Like, maybe you'd been sitting on an idea for a long, long time, and now you have finally felt the calling to get started. And I feel like you've already done this, like within the past 2 months, let's say. You've just gotten into this massive action towards your goals, towards your dreams, whatever, right? And there's also like a tinge of creativity there. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something creative like painting or drawing or singing or, playing music or anything like that. It could be, but it could also just be that you've been doing things in creative ways, right? So let's say you put out a new product, or, you're in charge of marketing or something like that in a big company. You decided that this new marketing campaign that you're setting up is going to be completely different than anything that you guys have done before, or that you have done before. Maybe you're using a different platform to release it on. Maybe you're using much more vibrant colors in the marketing than you're normally doing. But some sort of creativity is setting in there, okay? But you're taking this massive action. So like you had this idea and you ran with it. And you're putting in the time and the effort to get there. It's not just staying in idea state. So that's pretty cool. Good job. The next one we have is another reversal. It is the 4 of Pentacles. So this is like, I feel like in some way your foundation is crumbling. And that could go a lot of different ways, right? But in some way, like, your life has been rocked recently, and I just heard going back to square one, which brings me to the next card, actually. That's kind of why I looked down for a second. It's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And Ace is often beginnings, things like that. Now you also had the 10 over here, right? Coming out first. So it's like, to me, it's like what I'm getting from this reading as a whole so far is that maybe, you know, you felt like you were doing really well, kind of at the top of your game, you know, really getting places. And then something in your foundation cracked, something that you thought was like very, very, very stable. And it kind of sent you back to the beginning, or at least it feels that way. It's not necessarily that, because I feel like you are close to closing out a cycle and things like that, but in some way you went back to the beginning. Maybe it's a relationship, you know. It could be that something within your home, you know, kind of came crashing down in a way, and you're feeling like you have to just start from scratch and rebuild. And, you know, pentacles can sometimes be the material world, so you can take that in the material way of your home as well. Like if you had some flooding with all these temperatures starting to rise, right? And you had just finished your remodeling, but now you're kind of having to jump back into it again. So however you want to take that, you know, that of course is going to be very specific for a few people, but some kind of foundational thing is kind of crumbling and you feel like you're at the beginning. Okay. So the next card, it came out sideways, and I leave it that way because you can either read it in the upright as like just a normal flowing card, or in the reverse. So this one is the Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords, it's like I'm feeling communication, right? So whatever is going on here in the crumbling, there's some kind of communication that either is taking place and it might be a little bit painful, or it's not taking place because it's anticipated to be painful, right? Either way, with swords here specifically, I am feeling pain in some kind of communication. So, but it feels like that communication is really necessary to heal what's going on within here and potentially to move on from whatever's holding you back here. Okay. And it could all be the same, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be two different things, but just depends on your personal details within your life, right? I always say I'm not privy to those things. I don't get to see each person individually unless it's specifically a personal reading and I meditate to get into your energy. This is just a general energy for the sign. So the messages are very general. That's just how it goes most of the time. Sometimes there's crazy specific things, and you know, I'm a messenger. I just have to say what I get. So here nor there, this one is, it seems more general. Last card you have in this set is in the upright, and it's the Eight of Pentacles. So I'm seeing obviously a big focus on pentacles, which again is the material world. It can be your job, your career. It can be your financial situation. And 8, it's a pretty good number. It's like, you know, in the traditional tarot deck, a lot of times 7 of Pentacles is like sowing your seeds, that kind of thing. And 8 is, I'm feeling like waiting to come in, right? So I don't know if you're waiting for some kind of financial gain to come in that you're already anticipating, that you had already planted the seeds on. Maybe it's a tax return. It's that time of year. Or again, maybe you were just waiting for, if that remodel resonated with you, you were just waiting for that stability of having that done, right? And it's saying that, yeah, I mean, it's coming. That part of it is. Sorry if you have more to do now, but, um, you know, it is what it is. This part of the reading, I really just try to set the foundation and, see who might be able to resonate with that and the energy that I'm getting in particular. So take it or leave it, whatever bits and pieces might fit you. Don't stretch anything to fit you, but take it as it is, okay? Sometimes guidance messages come out there, but I didn't hear that very much today. The next part is more of a specific guidance, and it's coming directly from, depending on your beliefs, it could be angels, a deity, spirit, energy, however you believe. I don't limit that, okay? So let's see what kind of messages we have for you here. We have one card out. I usually try to go for about 3, okay? All right, there we go. There today. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Might not seem so beautiful at first, but the way that it's coming together for me just feels like, it feels like you do have that ending coming up, okay? So, I mean, bad times never last for long, and I feel like this isn't going to last long at all. So, good news for you guys, right? The first card you had that jumped out was 3 of Michael. So check him out. He's comforting that person. He's embraced her, and he's, keeping her safe and warm and feeling protected, while she just kind of cries it out, and, she's having her breakdown. So if you're feeling that way, maybe that is you feeling that way. Your angels are listening. Your deity is there. The universe, the spirits, however you want to put it, but they're surrounding you, and they're there for your protection and for your well-being, okay? You're never alone. I can promise you that. That's what this card always tells me. The card itself says, release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. So yeah, I mean, this situation might be really terrible right now. It might feel really, really bad, but, you'll grow through it. You'll get through it. And everything on the other side will be much more beautiful than it is right now, okay? And it also says release the past. So I don't know if, something in those blocks that we had talked about in the first part, or other blocks that you're experiencing might be coming from past situations. They might be just lingering anger and bitterness and negative energies from those past experiences. And this is saying that you need to work on releasing that, okay? So the second card out is the 8 of Ariel. And this is another one where, look, like he's reading this book, and she's like, hey, just in case you missed it, right there, check that out. That's going to be worthwhile for you, right? So maybe there's something that you missed, I don't know. That's for some of you. Take it as you will, okay? The card itself says, take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. Not really feeling that second part as much, but the practice makes perfect and take great pride in your excellent work. I can feel you're a hard worker. You're good at what you do, and you're one of those people that always gives 110%, right? So it's telling you, like, whatever terrible is going on, don't let that get you down. Like, you have a lot to be really proud of and to be grateful for, okay? And you're an awesome person. So again, I mean, you're going to be fine. Now, this third card is the one that I was really excited about. And I could feel this. So I'm glad that it came out. It says new beginnings. Okay, and check this out. There's a little family. I don't know if that might resemble your family at all for some of you. but they're, you know, making it, it kind of looks like a treacherous journey, right? There's all kinds of jaggedy mountains, and, you know, it doesn't look like it's very nice terrain, but there's a huge angel here, huge angel that's, you know, guiding them and protecting them, and, you know, maybe offering words of encouragement. Anyway, the archangel on there is Archangel Jeremiel, Jeremiel. I'll learn these, I swear, you guys. Just not right this minute. Okay, so the card itself says, starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. So here again, the past is coming up. Both of these cards talk about the past. So maybe, you know, do a little bit of a, what do you call it? Like an evaluation, I guess. Just kind of a looking back at your past. See what might be there that is causing those negative feelings, you know. Because a lot of times when we get angry and stuff, it's not at what's actually in front of us. It's built up over time. And we don't need to carry that into the future, right? Yeah, with these other blocks going on, like I said, you know, this stuff will be resolved relatively quickly in the near future. So you do have a new life. And I just heard too, for some of you, this family here is your new life. Maybe you're a single person or like a single parent or something. Or maybe you don't have kids at all. And that part of your life is about to take off. Your family life. Okay? Again, that'll just be for a few of you, but that came right through. So whoever that was for, enjoy that. Okay, so yeah, the first part, the first deck we used to just kind of set the tone, you know, bring in whoever needed to be brought in with their particular story. The second deck was to offer guidance, particularly from our spirit guides, from our collective energy, from the universe, whatever, right? And this third deck it's called Dear Universe by Sarah Prout. Check her out if you feel drawn to. She's really awesome. And then these cards, they're worded like a prayer or like a specific ask from the universe. So the way that I see these cards, it's like the universe guiding us in how to speak to the universe in order to get where we want to be within the universe. Okay. It sounds a little crazy, but that's how it feels to me. So, you know, the way I put it too is they give us one thing to focus on, okay? Throughout the rest of the reading, we might have had a few different things come up that's like, yeah, you need to be working on that, you need to be doing this, you know, just all these different things, right? This gives us one thing that when we're feeling overwhelmed, if we're having doubts, if we're in a negative headspace, we can kind of go back to it and be like, this is really where I want to be. This is what I want to be focusing on, right? And put that intention out to the universe. Speak it out loud if you need to. Say it internally if that's what you want to do. It really doesn't matter, because you can communicate with the universe and your external forces however feels right to you. But this just gives you the words for that focus, okay? Or at least it offers you a potential. You don't have to take these. If they don't resonate with you, of course not. But maybe they will, and maybe they'll be helpful. So one card, please. Nope, that was a lot of cards. You know, other decks I'll go in and take a few extras or whatever, but not with this one. When you focus, it's good to have one focus, right? If you try to focus on too many things, it just doesn't work very well. Been there, done that. I'll tell you from experience. It does not work very well. Okay. One more, please. One more card for our friends here. Almost there, I can feel it. There we go. Okay. Okay, so you know what's funny? When I put the bunch of cards that flew out earlier, this one had stayed behind, and I almost took it, but I was like, no, they all jumped out at once. Like, that just doesn't feel right, right? So here it is. It was your message. Dear universe, open my heart to heal my past and not allow it to create my future. So be it, so it is. It's the third time within the last 2 decks that the past has popped up, right? So there is something in your past that's creating these blocks, or at least adding to them in unnecessary ways, right? Check out your past, man. Try to heal it. Let's read it through one more time. Dear universe, open my heart to heal my past and not allow it to create my future. So be it, so it is. Just in case you need to pause, take reflection on it. Whatever floats your boat, right? All right. So that is your reading, my friends. I hope that you found something in there helpful. If you did, please do like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell if you'd like to be a part of my lives in the future. It's really nice when people can show up and I can kind of feed off their energy a little bit more. So I'd love to see you. All right. Thanks again so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Love and light to you all.